Hey everybody, here is Storm here once again to bring you an analysis video of the recent Final Fantasy 16 Ambition trailer that focused on the exploration of the world. I'm not gonna lie, I've seen this trailer like probably 20 times at this point, and it's one of my most anticipated game for 2023. We're first gonna do a video. We're gonna look at the video, then we're gonna break down bit by bit what was shown in the trailer. Without further ado, here we go.
It has been 1,500 years since the fall of our forebears. And Valisthea has been slowly dying ever since.
Not much further now.
But we're in the middle of the Deadlands.
The blight sucked this place dry. Meaning no trees, no birds, and no magic.
Darkness spreads as day gives way to twilight. The Mother's flame now all but a flicker.
We cannot live without the blessing of the crystals. And the crystals work their magic through us. You have been blessed, Joshua.
But who shall claim their fading light? The Grand Duchy of Rosaria, bastion of tradition.
At the very least, we must secure Drake's breath.
The Holy Empire of Sanbreque, where ambition is divine.
The Imperial banner shall fly over every city in Storm. All shall bow before their emperor.
The Dalmekian Republic, whose fortunes shift with the desert sands.
And what of our wise rulers? Goaded into war without any thought as to what chaos it might reap.
The Iron Kingdom, forged in faith and fear.
Their souls were sullied with the stain of ether. I merely cleansed them of their corruption.
Or the Kingdom of Waloed, indomitable in its isolation.
The dark swallows more of the realm with each passing day. And as the fringes fade, the people flock to the mother crystals.
From a single spark, will the land ignite? In the year 860, the Imperial army will march upon Rosaria. And from the slaughter shall a new shadow rise. Fall upon the dominants, painting their destinies black as night.
Our ability to summon beasts of great might should command respect, but instead has left us outcasts.
And so I became their puppet. What makes them think they have the right to use us? To leave us to die when our bodies are spent?
I'll crush him! Flay him!
Very well. Come then. Show us the strength of your will.
Rise, ye crownless kings, a reckoning is upon you. A war of the icons.
Alright, here we have our open narration of the world of Valistia, of the king of the land that we'll be exploring in Final Fantasy 16. The Valistia looks amazing in this shot. It looks so good. And here we got Clive, which I recall there will be time skips in his age as we progress through the game. Square Enix, Creative Business Unit 3, good team. And here's our potential look of Clive party members. And that big wolf could be Torgal that was said to be a potential party member. We see the big blight have destroyed parts of the land of Valistia. And here we have the different kingdoms of Valistia with their crystal looking gorgeous. Here we have the Grand Duchy, basically Clive and Joshua's father, who tell Joshua he should be special to be the dominant for Phoenix. Now we have the Kingdom of Rosaria, home of the Phoenix, of Clive and Joshua. Good nation. Next we have the Holy Empire of Sambra Q, which is the home of the icon of Bahamut, which we see the king is talking to the prince. We had the Dominican Republic, which is the kingdom home to the icon Titan, and there is his dominant. I forgot what his name was. Next we have the Iron Kingdom, which do not have an icon. Basically, any people born with an icon in their kingdom, they flat out kills them. So this is the first we see them. Next we got Waylude, which is the kingdom home to the icon Odin. And there we have his dominant. His name will be revealed later. As the trailer continues, we see the story of Rosaria be under siege. By the looks of the armor, it could be the Empire of Bahamut. Joshua see his father get decapitated from. The game looks incredible. The head roll in front, and a supposed mystery character who could be the dominant for Ifrit, because as we see, Ifrit is now here, so he most likely transformed into Ifrit. Next thing we see Joshua snapping after seeing his father die, calling upon Phoenix. Kind of reminds me of Jujurikis and Naruto when the icons transform. A supposed look at Rama dominant. Now we're seeing all the dominants are called upon their icon power. A mystery girl who could be the dominant for Shiva by the looks of it. And we see they're just snapping right now. Bahamut dominant and Garuda dominant transform. But the looks of this could be like their DNA shown when they transform. Garuda fight against Clive. Or look at Shiva, Rama versus Garuda, Clive versus Titan. If you look at the bottom right corner, those red circles look like materia. Giant boss fight with Odin. This game just looking dumb crazy. Odin going up against Ifrit. Ifrit go up against Titan. It's just an all-out smackdown going on. The supposed Shiva dominant challenge somebody saying they should bow to her. Ifrit is about to fight somebody we don't see. Clive and the dominant for Titan said, now die. And apparently there's a bigger threat of the icons that they must face, because this is just an all-out war of the icons. And yeah, now the book is closed. And that was the trailer for Ambition from Final Fantasy 16, still with the summer 2023 release, no official date yet. And that was the analysis for Final Fantasy 16 Ambition. It was a little bit different how I normally do. But now with that out of the way, we will go over the new details that came out for the game. Some messages from the director, from the developers from the game, and some new info that they put out. One of the new info that they gave us is we got the names of the dominants for Odin and Bahamut. We're first going to cover the dominant for Odin. and the dominant name for Odin is Barnabas Dharmer. Just going off his face, he kind of looks like the Warrior of Light from Final Fantasy 14. And you played the expansion Shadowbringer when you get the Black Knight class. He kind of does look like an older version of him. Anyway, his info is arrive on the shores of Ash as the landless and titleless wanderer. It was Barnabas' skill with a blade that won him a kingdom. And though the local beastmen were to rise in revolt against his rule, Barnabas called upon the power of his icon, Odin, to quell their rebellions nigh single-handedly, bring the entirety of the eastern continent under the Wailord banner. Now he has an army and a navy that rival any in Valistia at his disposal. Yet still the king is drawn to where the fighting is thickest, riding to battle on top of his spectral steed and sundering foes with his fabled black blade, or merely observing the unfolding chaos from the sideline, a grisly gleam of fascination ever in his eyes. Barnabas does sound a force to be reckoned with, and he might be a difficult foe to fight, especially if he masters skill with a sword. Alright, on to our next one is the Dominant of Bahamut. The Dominant for Bahamut is Dion Lesage, Crown Prince of the Holy Empire of Sambraku and leader of its noblest and most feared order of knights, the Dragoons. Dion is loved and respected by both his people and his troops, not least for many times he has turned the tide of battle in their favor. Indeed, songs of the heroism of the warrior prince and his icon Bahamut, King of Dragons, are never far from the lips and lutes of Sambraku's bards. But not all is well in the Empire, and the gathering shadows may yet be enough to quell Bahamut's light. Now, that has me curious with that last statement. The fact there's possibly a stronger force out there that could probably knock Bahamut down a couple of pegs. Because when it comes to Final Fantasy, Bahamut is the known one, probably the most, or probably one of the strongest summonings in the Final Fantasy lore in all the games. So the fact there could be something out there that could probably take him out, it has me thrilled and a little bit nervous, because in the recent trailer we seen Odin was willing to fight Bahamut, so maybe all the icons are at an even playing field when it comes to power, and that could be the case. Now we will look at the messages that we got from the developers, and then we're going to end this video with some screenshots from the game trailer. Okay, the first one we have is a message from the game director, Hiroshi Takai. He says, Hello, our third trailer is finally here and jam-packed with exciting new information that provides a better picture of how the game setting, lore, and characters tie in with our compelling narrative. Hopefully it was worth the wait. As the game edges closer to completion, the team has turned its full attention to debugging and final adjustments. Now that things are starting to come together, the game is sizing up to be something truly special. We know you are all hungry. God dang. Sorry about that. Hungry to see more, but for now, we hope that this little peek into the world of Final Fantasy 16 is enough to keep you both satisfied and, of course, speculating to our next big reveal. And this is some really good news. The fact that now that they put the game together is at a way better state than it originally was, because the whole COVID happening. Now that the team is shifting to debugging and final adjustments, I expect before this year is over, we might get news that it went gold, and then we'll probably get news that went gold, and next year there will probably be a showcase that they give us a proper date. I'm hoping that it's in a good state that they could push the date up earlier. So I can't wait to see what it is, how the game is, because these trailers have been truly exciting. All right, on to the next message from the team. Real quick though, I do want to apologize for the pictures. These are the best I could get because these are straight from my phone. Without further ado, here's a message from the producer, Noekai Yoshida. Greetings everyone, I'm happy to announce that our newest trailer, Ambition, is now live. Rather than focus on the action as we did in our last review, this time we want to give the world a more in-depth look at Final Fantasy XVI lore and its rich cast of characters, with the dominance front and center. The flames of war spread as Valistia enters an age of twilight. Where will fate lead the dominance, and what future awaits the realm at the end of this bitter conflict? There are still many more questions to be answered, many more truth to be uncovered. With regards to development, the team has turned the corner and entered the home stretch, and currently concentrating its efforts on debugging, tweaking, polishing, and optimization. As for promotion, over the next few weeks, myself, main director Hiroshi Takai, creative director Kazu Toyo Mehiro, sorry I'm pronouncing these names wrong, and localization director Michael Christopher Koji Fox will be taking part in interviews with multimedia outlets from across the globe to bring you even more information. So make sure you keep your eyes out for those out as well. And when those information come out, I will talk about them and give my opinion on them. So just like the director, he also saying that the team is focused on optimization, debugging, basically doing the final tweaks of the game so it could be out running properly when the game release. My hope for the game for a stable 60 FPS. So yeah, I can't wait to take part in this world. And I'm hoping the next time they show up Final Fantasy 16 is that they show us how we traverse the world. Because I'm still wondering, like, do we have like a chocobo that we run around with, or like how does it work on traversal? So I can't wait to see that. So now I'm gonna be showing off some new screenshots from the trailer itself and 4K quality, and to end off this video. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. I'll catch you in the next one.